Okay, I'm going to do a little bullet head caddis. And I'm going to use some Antron yarn for the body instead of dubbing it. I've started doing that. Because a lot of flies, and caddis in particular, have little air bubbles around them. And Antron holds the air. So using this, when it's going through the water, it'll pick up little bits of air bubble. I'm just going to tie this in at the rear. Then I'll go ahead and wrap the body. When you're wrapping both of them at the same time, what you want to do is make sure you keep them in the order. You don't want the thread to slip back behind the body material. And there's our body. Then I'm going to take a little bit of deer hair, or you could use elk hair. Clean it out. And stack it. Now I need to measure it. We want it to be equal to the length of the hook, the shank of the hook, plus 2 head lengths. Oops. Trim it off. And I'm going to tie this with the tips out forward and let it spin right around the hook. And then tie these butts down. And bring my thread back to the rear part of the butts so that then I can push the hackle fibers back. You want to catch them all. And one trick you can do if you have trouble doing this is just get a little straw. And push the straw back to that point and then hold them in place. But after you've done a few, you can probably do it with your fingers with no problem. Let that flare out. Bring the thread back forward. And we're ready to whip finish again.
You do your first wrap of your whip finish around your thread, don't you?
What?
You do the first wrap of the whip finish actually around the thread.
Yeah. Are you supposed to?
I didn't know that.
Hey, Dave, it's the right way and your way.
I just wondered if I was supposed to be doing that.
A lot of people will put a half inch in before they start whip finishing, and that's fine too. Then I trim the the hair fibers off the bottom. And there it's done. As we were driving up, I told Steve that as we got this side of Blackfoot coming from Logan, this is the point where I usually think, I forgot something.
Mm-hmm.
What I forgot for this one was a needle. And I'm going to pass this one around. If you look closely, you see I've got an eye on that fly. It's not on the sheet. This is something that it's an add-on if you want to try it. And I don't know if the fish really care or not. But what I do is put a rubber leg through the eye of a needle and push the needle right through the head of the fly. Pull it on through, trim the ends up close to the fly, and you see I got an eye on that fly.